Before we begin, to assure that everyone enjoys this meaningful event, would you please take a moment now to turn off or silence all cell phones and other electronic devices that may detract from the enjoyment of all? Thank you. We invite you to stand as you are able, as Lillian Murphy leads us in the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. The words to the song can be found on the last page of your program.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. Good morning, Jane Addams, class of 2019. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, right? And certainly here in the Credit Union One Arena, which some of you are probably still calling the UIC Pavilion. Yes. So we are gathered here today to honor our graduates and to acknowledge their accomplishments. So I want to begin our program today by doing something that people usually do at the end of a program, and that is, let's give our graduates a round of applause. And graduates, I know that most of you, if not all of you, had some help along the way, you know, with your finances, emotional support, maybe even somebody who was editing your papers. So I got a little chatter behind that. So let's give all those people who helped you along the way a round of applause. And for people who may not have been as supportive, you can wait until after the program to show them pictures of you in your cap and gown. And you can also show them your diploma. All right? Yeah, right. You want to brag about it. A Jane Addams degree, a UIC degree, is something to brag about and boast about, not in a nasty way, you know, but in celebration of your many accomplishments. So at this point, now this is meant to be a formal program, but we intend to have some fun as well. So do enjoy yourselves. And I mean, graduates, enjoy yourselves, and we want the audience to enjoy this celebration as well. So now I want to introduce the members of the platform party. And as I introduce them, I do want each person to stand and remain standing until I have introduced all. But I want you to hold your applause until I have introduced everyone. Trustee Cepeda, Chancellor Emeritus, Vice Chancellor Barish, Vice Chancellor Groden, Dr. Chang Ming Shea, our commencement speaker, Mr. Marvin Lindsay, Graduate College Dean Karen Colley, and our Associate Dean, Faith Bonecutter. You may now applaud. It is always a pleasure at commencement to have Jane Addams alumni who are present. So we have here alumni representatives who are seated in section 103. Now, if you are seated in section 103 and you are a Jane Addams alum, or if you are a Jane Addams alum seated anywhere in the building, please stand. I now have the honor of introducing Trustee Ramon Cepeda, who is going to bring greetings to you. Trustee Cepeda was appointed by the governor in 2015. He is currently Senior Vice President and Managing Director of the Northern Trust Company, Chicago. He has numerous community and professional affiliations and activities, including serving as trustee for the National Museum of Mexican Art. In 2010, he was recognized by Hispanic Business Magazine as one of the 100 most influential Hispanics in the U.S. And in 2014, he was listed among Who's Who in Hispanic Chicago. He is an alumnus of UIC. He received his BA in Criminal Justice and Economics in 1990. Please welcome Trustee Cepeda.
Thank you, Dean. Welcome. Greetings to you all, graduates of the Jane Addams College of Social Work. One rule for speaking for me is be good, be brief, and be gone. So with that, I am happy to be here and congratulate you all on behalf of the entire University of Illinois Board of Trustees. Let's take a moment and recognize your family and friends, whom some are with you here today, who supported you and while you pursued your dreams here at UIC. Today also wouldn't be possible without the outstanding faculty and mentors who played such an important role in bringing you here today also. Now, where do you go from here? I presume you all picked the College of Social Work because you like to help people. But just how do you do that? Well, I'm going to quote the author, J.K. Rowling, on the thoughts that I think you might find useful. She said, "We do not need magic to change the world. We carry all the power we need inside ourselves already. We have the power to imagine better." Imagination is a powerful thing. It can help motivate us and empower us to do so many things we might have once thought were beyond our reach. I might add that your educational experiences here at UIC have provided you with a strong foundation for success. Those too are powerful things. Your experiences here at UIC have helped you identify your goals. Your UIC education has prepared you for the kind of work you crave and move forward toward your calling. This growing campus, one of the nation's most diverse, has also introduced you to a wide range of fellow humans. It has given you a real-world appreciation that everyone has their own story, and each story is complex and multifaceted. Your time here has set the stage for the rest of your life's journey. Preparing people like you and for their life's journey is part of the University of Illinois System's mission. And how will you know when you have succeeded? You can't possibly solve all of the world's ills. I hope you will remember that the definition of success isn't about who has the most wealth, power, or fame. I often reflect on the words of the late humanitarian philosopher and physician Albert Schweitzer. Success is not the key to happiness. Happiness is the key to success. If you love what you are doing, you will be successful. Your success will add to the achievements of another special group of individuals that you'll be joining today. A system-wide alumni association of nearly 750,000 strong and growing. Alumni who, like you, lead by example with compassion, hard work, all bedrock values of UIC. You too are now part of that tradition. Whether you stay in this wonderful state or go somewhere else, you will always carry a piece of UIC in your heart, just as I do as a proud alumnus. You may share that pride and spread our tradition of excellence wherever your journey might take you. I'll leave you with one last quote from the great jazz musician Winston Marsalis on the subject of change and what the change awaits you now. He said, in jazz, we call progressing harmonies changes. Changes are like obstacles on a speed course. They demand your attention and require you to be present. It's how life comes. Live in that sweet spot, be present. Be sure to enjoy yourself today. You've earned it. Be present, and may you find happiness in your future endeavors for everything they do to educate tomorrow's leaders. And on behalf of the entire Board of Trustees, very many best wishes and hearty congratulations to you all. Congratulations.
It is now my pleasure to introduce our Chancellor. And when I spoke with him this morning, I said, oh, here's our fearless leader. And he is indeed our fearless leader. Michael Amaritas is Chancellor of the University of Illinois at Chicago. Under his leadership over the past 4 years, we have experienced record enrollments every year, and we are undergoing one of the most ambitious construction projects that the campus has seen in decades. He has strengthened our relationship with the city of Chicago and engaged in an effort to bring greater national and international visibility to UIC. A chemical engineer by training, Chancellor Amaritas holds degrees from the Aristotle University of Thessaloniki and the University of Wisconsin-Madison. Please welcome our Chancellor, Michael Amaritas.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the University of Illinois at Chicago Spring Commencement ceremonies. Families and friends of our graduates, mothers, always first, not only this weekend, but always first, fathers, brothers, sisters, grandmothers, grandfathers, spouses, partners, children, aunts, uncles, cousins, nieces, nephews, in-laws, friends and neighbors, whoever you are, thank you for being here today. And thank you for everything that you have done to support our students during their stay at the University of Illinois at Chicago. We have a great class of 2019 to present to you. But watching you and listening to you so far, I start having doubts that you agree with this statement. You see, I haven't heard you being loud. I haven't heard you cheer, shout, clap. I haven't heard you demonstrating your joy and pride in these graduates. All that I heard, despite the efforts of the dean, was something that was between a polite clapping and maybe I'm happy, but I haven't had enough coffee yet. I'm afraid, graduates, that I'm more proud of you than your own friends and families are. So I'll give them one more opportunity to redeem themselves and rock this place up. Congratulations, class of 2019. All right, this is an improvement. I have to tell you, after you confer the degrees, I'm quietly going to walk away from the stage because I'm catching a flight to go to my daughter's graduation tomorrow morning, and I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to be screaming and shouting. I will be happy and I will be proud, as I am, of all of you as well. Graduates, I want to thank your professors, your mentors and advisors, and the UIC staff members. These are the people who pushed you through your most challenging projects and assignments when you couldn't see past the mountain of work, which sometimes you let pile until the very last moment. So please join me in thanking the faculty and the staff of the Jane Addams College of Social Work for all that they have done. And also, remember today to congratulate and thank your classmates, your study groups, the people that you did research assignments together, all those who kept each other awake before exams and hopefully not too many times during class as well. You're all here graduating together as one. And this is all about you. You did it, you're graduating. Since this is my final opportunity to offer some words before you confer your degrees, I want to go over in the next just a few minutes what you will be taking with you when you walk out of these doors today as UIC alumni. Of course, you will be walking out of here with your academic credentials, with your degrees. Actually, that's not necessarily true. You will get an empty cover, but trust me, the degree is in the mail. You will get it. But the point is that you will be walking out with a strong fundamental understanding of the principles of your discipline. But that's not all. You will also be living with a real-life experience that comes from completing projects, completing research and field assignments, and meeting important deadlines. These are qualities that employers look for. The fact also that many of you balance jobs and in many cases family obligations along with your academic responsibilities shows your deep level of commitment and shows your responsibility and determination to succeed. You will also be leaving UIC with the foundation you will need to join society as fully engaged members in our rapidly globalized world. Over the last 4 or 5 years, I hope not 6, you have been engaged in a global community right here near the center of a global city. You have experience with people who speak different languages. You have experience with people who come from different religious and cultural backgrounds. And you have thrived in an inclusive environment that has defined your education and your university experience. UIC's environment is unique in this sense and has prepared you for the future of this country. You will also be leaving UIC with an enhanced responsibility for civic engagement and service to others, especially those who are underserved. And you know better than me how important this is in the profession that you have chosen. This is one of the core values of this university beyond social work. And during your studies here, you have seen the entire university community participate in such efforts, and certainly you have done so yourselves. This is the tradition and legacy of UIC's faculty, students, staff, and alumni. And finally, I hope that you will leave UIC with a lot of pride for your alma mater. This is a university that demonstrates academic excellence at the highest level. It is also a university that generates new knowledge through its world-class research efforts. But at the same time, this is a university that has a tremendous impact on the lives and well-being of the most vulnerable citizens of this city and of this state. And I urge you to proudly tell the people that you will meet in your new work environments that you have not only graduated from Chicago's only public research university, you have graduated from the university for Chicago. On behalf of UIC, I promise you that we will always be your university and we will continue to support you. Like you, we will continue to grow in strength and reputation as we have done in the last few years, enhancing the value of your degrees. We will continue to make you proud, the same way that you have made us proud not only today, but throughout your stay here. After all, the greatness of a university is the sum of its alumni, and you are now becoming part of this equation. And please remember to share your future accomplishments with us and return to visit and mentor the students who follow in your footsteps. The first important timeline to remember, it's going to be in May of 2039. Mark it in your calendar. We expect you back for a 20-year reunion. Set an example for the new students and how to be engaged. By the way, I'm not going to be here in 2039, but I hope that you will. Graduates, go out and tell the world about what you have accomplished at UIC, because you are now our best ambassadors. Congratulations, class of 2019, and Godspeed.
Chancellor, I do want you to know that I saw a couple of students in the front row putting that date in their phone. So they do plan to be here May 2039. I now have the special honor and certainly a pleasure and a privilege really to introduce our commencement speaker, Marvin Lindsay. Mr. Lindsay is the Chief Executive Officer of Community Behavioral Healthcare Association. He is also an executive for a limited liability company of behavioral health providers. He serves on several state advisory committees and councils, including the Illinois Medicaid Advisory Committee and the Illinois Advisory Council on Alcoholism and Other Drug Dependency. He is a member of the Community Advisory Committee of UIC's Urban Health Program and is the co-chair of the Jane Addams College of Social Work's Dean's Advisory Council. In addition, he recruits and mentors social work graduate students. Marvin is a graduate and scholar of the American Society of Association Executives Executive Leadership Program. Mr. Lindsay received his bachelor's degree from DePaul University and his master's degree in social work, or MSW, as we say, from the Jane Addams College of Social Work, University of Illinois at Chicago. Mr. Lindsay.
Good morning and greetings to Dean Hairston and Jane Addams College faculty, and to the illustrious 2019 graduating class of University of Illinois, Jane Addams College of Social Work. I'm like the chancellor now. You can do better than that. You're not in church. Come on. There you go. There you go. I also would like to acknowledge our distinguished university officials, and I would like to extend a special greeting to all families and friends of this year's graduating class. Before I begin, I want to thank Jane Addams College for this honor and opportunity to address you. For those of you who may be wondering, why is this guy standing here giving you a commencement address, I want to just give you a little more background about myself. I am a proud graduate of Jane Addams College of Social Work, and I serve as the co-chair of the Dean's Advisory Council, as she said. I am the Chief Executive Officer of the largest behavioral health care association in Illinois. The 80 mental health and substance abuse agencies I represent provide treatment services to over 60,000 people every day. I am also on the board of directors of Restore Justice, a not-for-profit whose mission is to lessen the extreme sentencing laws of the 1980s and 90s, where they particularly impact children. I am the lucky, and I say lucky husband of Beverly Lindsay, who has been my biggest supporter. I am also fortunate to have a son who is a nationally known DJ who uses his popularity to promote social causes. Right down the street from here was Henry Horner Projects, where I grew up with my 10 siblings. My dad was a cabinet maker and my mom was a community organizer. She was a co-founder of Miles Square Health Center and was a powerful voice for social change on Chicago's West Side. She was and is my hero. The journey I took to get to this stage before you today included some obstacles. These obstacles helped shape me as much as Jane Addams College. One of those obstacles was heroin addiction as a teenager and young adult. I have been drug and alcohol free for almost 30 years now. Now, on to you. I want to speak directly to you this morning. There is a good chance that some of you are sitting here and thinking, am I ready? Let me assure you, you are prepared, and it's normal and healthy to have those thoughts. Whether you are becoming a therapist, a researcher, a community organizer, you are ready. I have 8 minutes, and I'm going to present 3 points I want you to remember this morning. Number 1, you are needed and wanted. Public policy and private sector decisions shape people's lives. You are needed and wanted to change and improve policies and systems, whether it's a state or federal law, or an agency's regulation, or helping a family or individual navigate a difficult period in their lives. Tragically, there are policymakers shaping policies today that fail to reflect scientific knowledge. Instead, they are relying on personal whims, prejudice, and unmoored ideologies. Let me give you just a couple examples of why you are needed. The U.S. is the world's leader in incarceration of its citizens. For-profit prisons are big business. Changes in laws, policies, politics, corporate profits, not increases in criminal behavior, explains most of the prison population increases. You are needed to fight on behalf of criminal justice reform. Or that 12-year-old who has experienced years of trauma, that child needs your help. There has never been more of a time when your skills, your creativity, your strength-based approach, your systems thinking, your compassion, and your sensible solutions to complex problems are needed. Shifts in new business and clinical models and increased technology use demand a broader range of skills for social workers that I believe you are uniquely possessed and that you are ready to take on. My second point, you must be guided by principles. When I was 5 years old, my mom enrolled me in the Henry Horner Boys Club. The Boys Club became my haven until I was 14. I learned how to interact with others, to be part of a team, to play sports, to follow rules, and to ask for help. The Boys Club had a leadership development program for youth called the Junior Leaders. At 12, I was eligible and was chosen to be a junior leader. A junior leader was held in high esteem and had to pledge to live up to certain ideals. Let me share with you what were the expectations of a junior leader, which are just as appropriate for you as today's 2019 graduating class of MSWs and PhDs. A junior leader had to set a positive example. As an MSW and PhD in social work, you represent the very best our profession has to offer. You will be put into positions of authority and leadership. The way you present yourself and carry out your job will not only reflect on you, but it will reflect on our profession. Number 2, a junior leader had to be punctual. This does not only apply to being on time for a meeting, it applies to your commitment to stay up to date on what's happening in the world and to upgrade your skills in order to be effective for an ever-changing world. Number 3, a junior leader had to follow the rules. Social workers, you are guided by social work code of ethics, principles, and standards. We currently live in a country where greed, alternative truths, oppression, and power permeates. As social workers, we are expected to challenge social injustices and speak out on behalf of vulnerable and oppressed individuals and groups of people while at the same time being principled. Lastly, junior leaders had to keep their shirt tails tucked in. I hated this one. And I struggled to see how this applies to social workers. And this is what I came up with. For social workers, this means that you will be expected to perform some duties that you just don't like. Whether it's working with a difficult family, or attending a meeting that you feel are fruitless, or being on call on a day when your friends are getting together. This comes with the territory. My third and final point I want to leave you is this: education never ends. My mother had only a formal 8th grade education, but she was a lifelong learner. She was the most confident person I ever met. As I mentioned earlier, she was a community organizer and was a national leader in healthcare and education. She has an honorary street named after her right down the street on Washington and Damon. When my mom died 5 years ago, U.S. Congressman Danny K. Davis gave her a tribute on the floor of the U.S. Congress. During his tribute, he told the story of a meeting he attended with my mom right here on the UIC campus. Let me share that story with you. As people introduced themselves at this meeting, they would introduce themselves as their professional title, such as Dr. John Smith, MD. Or they would say, my name is Moses Odiki, MSW, MPH. When it came time for my mom to introduce herself, she said, I am Earlene Lindsay, CSTA. There was a group of medical students present. One of them raised his hand and said, can I ask Miss Lindsay a question? My mom said, sure. The student says, can you tell me what your degree stands for? I never heard of that. My mom proudly said that CST stands for Common Sense, Talented, and Ambitious. As social workers equipped with an advanced education, we must not lose our common sense approach to solutions, our desire to help, and our passion to improve situations and as professionals. You must also take the time for reflection, learning from your experiences. As social workers, we must look at situations as opportunities to learn. We must not become complacent. Lastly, get to know yourself. If at this stage you have a firm grip on your identity, who you are as a person, your values, your ambitions, hold firm to that identity. If that identity, however, is still a work in progress, take the effort to fill in the blanks. Nevertheless, I believe that all of you, by virtue of investing the time and effort to earn your MSW and PhDs, you already have a core identity, a sense of self, a set of core values and ambitions deep down inside of you. In the final analysis, I'm convinced that inner self got you to where you are now, and it will get you to where you are meant to be. In closing, remember, you are ready and needed. Principles are what guide you. Personal and professional growth is part of the journey. I wish you much success, and please remember to take the time to enjoy all your successes. You have earned it. Thank you.
Good morning. It is now my pleasure to introduce the faculty of Jane Addams College of Social Work. Faculty, as I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all have been introduced. Audience, please hold your applause until all the faculty members have been introduced. Kimberly Jenkins, James Swartz, Amy Watson, Sonia Leathers, Barbara Coates, Maribel Flores, Nerida Rosales, Krista Hinton, Otima Doyle, Jim Gleason, Charles Humanu, Carol Taylor, Jennifer Geiger, Christopher Mitchell, Henrika McCoy, Annette Johnson, Christina Denard, Kaylin Flynn, Aaron Gottlieb, Alice Butterfield, Lisa Salvador, Jack Liu, Karen D'Angelo, Brandon McLeod, and Rob Wilson. Thank you.
I do not know why I thought we would get through this program with everyone following the instructions. And we almost made it through. Would our Chancellor please join me at the podium for the conferral of degrees? It is my pleasure to introduce the following program administrators who will present their degree candidates. The PhD and MSW candidates will please rise after the administrators have stipulated their degrees. Karen Colley, Dean of the Graduate College, will present the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Will the candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy please rise if you are able? Chancellor Emeritus, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by the vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy.
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon you the Doctor of Philosophy degree for which you have been recommended and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations to both of you.
Will the new recipients of Doctor of Philosophy please come upon the platform to be hooded and be recognized? Suzanne Beltran. Dr. Beltran's dissertation title is Older Latinos' End-of-Life Decisions, Responding to a Hospice Referral. She is being hooded by faculty members Dr. Jennifer Geiger and Dr. Chang-Ming Hsieh. Judith Susan Roca. Dr. Roca's dissertation title is Caring of Caregivers Organically, or COCO, Health Education for Latina Alzheimer's Family Caregivers. She is being hooded by faculty members Dr. James Gleason and Dr. Chang-Ming Hsieh.
Associate Dean Bonecutter will present the candidates for the Master of Social Work degree.
Chancellor Emeritus, upon the recommendation of the faculty and by vote of the Senate, I have the honor to present these candidates for the degree of Master of Social Work. Will the candidates for the degree of Master of Social Work, the MSW degree, please rise if you are able?
Upon these recommendations and by the authority of the Board of Trustees, I confer upon each of you the Master of Social Work degree for which you have been recommended and admit you to all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities of that degree. Congratulations to all of you.
Will the new recipients of the Master of Social Work degree come upon the platform to be recognized?
Rebecca Ozaki. Natalie Polupin. Mariana Puentes. Reina Marie Elena. Kelly Caldwell. Vera Rotner. Jessica Dema. Christopher Briquette. Iana Giancopoulos. Janetta D. Thompson. Paris Anderson. Mary Virginia Damon. Deshauna Washington. Hilda Ragoza. Jocelyn Santi. Emily Ann Ferry. Sandra Diaz. Bethany Aliato. Victoria Urban. Zara Ala Isa. Catherine Suranto Serwillis. Allison Vree. Nicole Marie Nabolsburger. Candace Gant. Angelica Picado. Claudia Pierdruski. Jonathan Keeney. Christina Marie Oson Chavira. Morgan Brown. Keisha Renee Jeans. Sophia Halim. Valerie Lopez. Allie Marie Sweat. Crystal Kellick. Nancy Zacharias. Bathsheba Hershkovich. Jessica Bernstein. Anna Frederick. Sarah Elizabeth Johnson. Christy Ray Stewart. Ann Bardo. Jamie Marissa Flores. Tasha Chason. Erica Michaela Zenchak. Joshua Michael Bird Martinez. Joan Marie McDonald. Megan Steele. Abigail Taylor. Stephanie C. Scher. Amanda Marie Herr. Hannah Grace Limbach. Emily Elizabeth Tuick. Rebecca Haley Burr. Joshua Colin Steele. Moses Odeki. Kelsey Judith Colburn. Colleen Corinne Heitledge. Ava Monteshermi. Jason Paul Smith. David Allen Roop. Gabrielle Saluzar. Toy D. Bowers. Alexandria S. Buckley. Lizbeth Carrillo. Courtney Elizabeth Bunn. Jessica Jurado. Kuhn Renee Choi. Gina E. Parisi. Anne Flaherty. Chatanique Marie Burdine. Vanessa Wilson. Kaylin Mia Antiojo. Mia Faith Benker. Rachel Elizabeth Feldman. Maureen Faye Van de Water. Sean Perdeville. Olivia DeLeon Rodriguez. Corey Monique Burdell Brewer. Ayushi Uchara. Jenna Mangle. Kelly Calhoun. Emily Tamayo Etanahi. Catherine Veronica Farron. Suzanne Nicole Gray. Natalie Catalina Solar. Sophia Lucia Hastings. Victoria Fernstein. Charlie Renison. Juliana Marie Carrasqueo. Dylan Scott Murray. Stephanie Rose Steinhaus. Ellie Elizabeth Lauren Seifert. Katerina Salzano. Jacqueline Beer. Jamie Lynn Tafe. Madeline Pirelli. Jessica Nicole Perez. Caitlin Renee Phillips. Monica Walsh. Erica Lopez. Caitlin Wenzel. Jordan Taylor Smith. Mirka Camilla Gayo. Nora Martinez. Sandra Galicia. Melissa J. Ramirez. Mimi Maman. Rebecca Frances Reitz. Erica Rose Merzlak. Kylie Rose Gember. Jessica Marie Bonillo. Carmache Christian Steele. Elizabeth Hoff. Tori Clark. Gina Torello. Christy D'Arcangelo. Catherine Marie Strungy. Dorothy Helen Jakubowski. Craig Ryan Vito Hernandez. Alexis Marie Opal. Christy Bailey. Michelle Butler Simon.
Simpson.
Oh, I'm sorry. Michelle Butler Simpson. Daniel Taylor. Eileen Domingos Apuli. Jessica Sampirio. Misha Marie Jones. Maisha Marie Jones. Amanda Sue Privet. Kirsten Elizabeth Rick. Rachel Maria Wurr. Jasmine Lynn Farisas. Maybeth Lorena Gomez. Jessica Loren Montgomery. Jordan Wendy Workman. Erin Grace Tyler. Tyrecia Nettles. Michelle Marie Donofrio. Kristen Mary Sowa. Iruli Sanchez. Lauren Vogrig. Lauren Haley Kettleson. Brittany Runyon. Melissa Elizabeth Hill. Margaret Kimbrell. Courtney Megan Jacobson. Lori Elizabeth Maestro. Shannon Airwright. Dominique Walls Shelton. Jaina Gagne. Brittany Nicole Ramani. Alexa Rain Bell. Sandy Rodriguez. Jessica Lee Shea-Hausch. Amy Lynn Rayotsko. Kaylee Sarah Rodriguez. Martin Finnegan. Hannah Michelle Terrinoni. Samuel Adeoye. Amir Zaidan. Vera Lucia Moore. Roxana Corral. Tiffany Leandra Powell. Lisa Santoyo. Winnie Sin Man Lam. Guadalupe Quintana Salgado. Brianna R. Lambrecht. Nancy Ayala. Nicole Alicia Carquinez Escobar. Carmen Daniela Trejo. Jessica Brazenio. Hannah Nicole Lawler. Emily Bogner. Rebecca Carter. Samantha Taylor Losky. Mary Courtney Duncan. Laura Devitt. Madison Elizabeth Schieber. Elizabeth Fernanda Malagan. Gabriela Celeste Morales. Crystal Dominguez. Nicole Soom. Jocelyn Saldana. Alicia Cecilia Goebel. Casey Fenyo. Lisa Kernergan. Joan Marie Skonoka. Sarah Ramirez. Emma Kidder. Tyrena Newkirk. Mariah Urick. Bridget Foyley. Samantha R. Volk. Leah Grunberg. Sarah Cortez. Lauren Ashley Bernard. Susie Schneiderman. Courtney Michelle Wall. Andrea Hernandez. Grace Sefton. Madeline Ann Kopeshki. Spencer Bonedo. Philippe Andrew Gardner. Derek L. O'Neill. Lynn Marie Roberts. Araceli Maria Rodriguez. Hannah Bovino. Najla Iqbal. Kathleen Mary Garrity. Brianni Shorter. Taylor Lee Walker. Natalie Jane Erickson. Mariola Furnick. Starlette Hart Mawushe Rester. Leslie Marie Glenn. Jessica Garcia. Jessica Munoz. Sadiqa Belugan. Morgan Bonner. Daniela Viola Gobo. Diala Abrahim Abugash. Amanda Marie Furtek. Amanda Juanita Torres. Rashay Butler. Sierra Charisse Dantzler.
So let's have a round of applause for our doctoral graduates. I am so pleased that you were so happy for the doctoral graduates. Now, a round of applause for the MSW graduates. I am so sorry that our chancellor had to leave a little early because he has missed this real fire here among the Jane Addams graduates and some people who are to my left, sitting over here in the audience. I don't know what that chant was. You want to do it again? I am now proud to introduce Tanika Jennings, our Jane Addams alumni representative, to bring you greetings from our alumni. Tanika.
Fellow alumni, congratulations. Today, you all join the ranks of more than 200,000 graduates of this campus who are part of the largest living alumni body in the United States. That's a big deal. As a graduate of the Jane Addams College of Social Work, you have earned the honor of being an esteemed alumnus of this premier educational institution that is rooted in a strong mission of advancing social, racial, and economic justice. As you prepare for life post-graduation, Let's continue to reflect together on the mission of the Jane Addams College of Social Work, which is to advance the mission of social work on behalf of the poor, the oppressed, racial and ethnic minorities, and other at-risk populations. What does this mean to you? Not just for the communities you serve, the friends you have, or your families, but what does it mean deeply for you? As we embark on a mission of social justice together, we must be rooted in ourselves, in our own unique histories, and a knowledge and an understanding of the ways that we've each been impacted by privilege and disenfranchisement. You could call this your impacted identity. We need to acknowledge that we bring our impacted identities into everything we do. If we can own our own privilege, we can grow in integrity in the way we fight systems of injustice. By acknowledging the ways we've been disenfranchised, we learn to have grace for ourselves and act with compassion toward others whose circumstances and sometimes actions are due to trauma not of their own making. As a first-generation immigrant, transracial adoptee, and woman of color, I chose to pursue an education at the Jane Addams College of Social Work because it's a place where you can be grounded in your shared impacted identities and learn new tools and strategies so that we can build coalition with other impacted communities and pursue our shared liberation. We live in a socioeconomic political climate in which our nation's leaders are attacking our communities and stripping human rights from women, immigrants, people of color, members of the LGBTQ+ community, and people with limited income. By being rooted in our history and impacted identities, we can advance the impact of social work that's rooted, informed, and make meaningful and transformative change possible in individual lives, communities, and policies and systems to resist hate and bigotry in all of its forms and advance a more just and loving reality now and in the future. So many of us believe that education is a human right. But we know that we have a long way to go to make sure that access to high-quality education is a reality for all of us and for everyone. Supporting the public institution that provided us with our social work education is one way we can advance social justice and invest in the deep development of future generation of justice-minded social workers, leaders, and change makers. So how, you ask, can I support the Jane Addams College of Social Work? And I'm so glad that you asked. Here are a few simple ways, and we really, really mean it. We hope that when you leave today, you have your degree, but you also remember the reason that you came to Jane Addams College of Social Work and that you continue to invest in that and other people just like yourselves. So first, please stay connected. Check out the Jane Addams College of Social Work website, like and follow us on Facebook, and visit often. If you move or change jobs, please update your information. We want to stay in touch. We value your energy, your passion, and the knowledge that you have to share with those who come after you. Second, please consider becoming a field instructor and investing in future student interns by supporting their learning and development. Third, if you are asked to speak to a class or mentor a student, please consider saying yes. You can also show pride in your degree and our alma mater by displaying your diploma proudly in your home and your office and sharing stories about your time at Jane Addams. Recruit a student who's interested in social work, social justice, to study at UIC, to grow UIC's reputation for academic excellence through a student body known for its intelligence, work ethic, motivation, diversity, and integrity. When you can, please make a gift to support the Jane Addams College of Social Work and contribute to making education affordable for future generations of students. No matter what the size, $5, $10, $25, or $1,000, every gift does make a difference and ensures that we'll be here for decades to come. Finally, please also mark your calendar and make plans to attend next year's Alumni and Friends celebration on April 30th, 2020. And again, I'm proud to welcome you all to the elite group of Jane Addams College Social Work of alumni. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2019.
Rebecca Ozaki will deliver the response for the graduating class of 2019. Ms. Ozaki. I'll start one more time. Ms. Ozaki is the recipient of the MSW degree and is president of the Jane Addams College of Social Work Student Government Association. Ms. Ozaki?
Thank you, Dean Hairston. Good morning and very happy Friday to everyone. I promise this will be the last speech and then we can walk out here happy. I'd like to begin by welcoming all who are here today. Our loved ones, distinguished guests and speakers, faculty and administration, thank you for sharing this special day with us. To those of you who have been present and gave support at any point along the way, we cannot thank you enough. Thank you especially for granting us patience as we may have unintentionally ghosted you or abandoned all chores during our last stretch of finals. We apologize, but truly, thank you for all the times you reminded us that we are human and for celebrating with us as we begin this next chapter. Let's also recognize those who could not be here today, but who have played an important role in shaping the powerful people we have become. Round of applause for everyone. Woo. Okay, class of 2019. Today we are here to celebrate us, to reflect on all we've accomplished and how much we've grown during our time at Jane Addams College of Social Work. Please turn to your classmate and tell them how awesome they are for making it this far. I need some interaction. Great. Congratulations. In this room of 2 PhD and 202 MSW graduates, we resemble the vastness of social work and its many intersections. We represent advanced standing, full-time, you can cheer, part-time, postmasters, dual degree, and PhD programs. It is impossible to name all of the strengths that we possess or the paths that we will take, but to get a feel for who's in the room, we are managers of chaos, therapists, organizers, educators, entrepreneurs, healers, researchers, and probably even some elected officials in the future. What we all have in common, though, is that we will continue to create transformative change throughout the world. And I am so proud to graduate alongside all of you today. We have come a long way from the awkwardness of the orientation mixer, and the imposter syndrome some of us have felt at the start of our very first internships. We are finally graduating from windowless classrooms, endless days, the constant search for a working microwave, and from unpaid labor. We are leaving equipped with a range of skills and knowledge, a loving community of friends and mentors, and that coveted MSW rightfully attached to our names. Or for Judith Rocha and Susani Beltran, a much-deserved PhD. Props. We have each had to make sacrifices, tough decisions, and have had unique struggles. A defining moment for me happened in my first semester of this program when my dad passed away unexpectedly. I'm grateful for my mom and loved ones. In our grief, we are trying to help each other heal, and for many of you as well who helped me heal. As I think about my dad and wish that he was here today, I am grateful for what I learned from him. That my values are worth fighting for. And I think that's why most of us are here today too. To fight for the vision of the world we know can one day exist. In this year alone, we've seen a lot of things worth fighting. Continued cycles of oppression by systems that were never made for many of us in the first place, and the blatant abuse of power perpetuated by those in positions of privilege, the leaders of this country sometimes. But we have also seen justice and healing in motion. On our campus, the GEO won a fair contract. Yeah. And many of you wrote letters, showed support, and like my friends Mariana, Natalie, and Rena joined me on the picket line. Many here went to Springfield to advocate for everything from reproductive rights to implementing LGBTQ+ curriculum in schools. And students sitting right here with us have had difficult conversations about racial justice, challenged some watered-down diversity frameworks, and led the movement for representation and equity. If I learned anything this year at my internship as a grassroots community organizer and as a member of the very first organizational community practice, OCP, graduating cohort, it's that after building critical consciousness and taking action, we must also find a way to hold each other accountable. In our OCP practice class with Dr. D'Angelo, yes, our close-knit class had a difficult conversation around accountability and what it means to take responsibility for our words and our actions. Through this challenging process, what emerged for me was learning that tension is a necessary and crucial component to radical transformative change. If we as social workers are committed to social justice, then we too must also be committed to do the deep work and sit in the discomfort of addressing our own privileges. We need to unlearn the dominant narratives by actively listening and engaging in meaningful relationships with one another so that we can keep each other accountable. And I look forward to doing that with all of you. My friend Najla and I asked some classmates from practice, along with some other students, to write a promise as an emerging social worker. And here's our manifesto. As a future social worker, I promise to make a difference, facilitate and help create a healthy community, work towards radical large-scale change, challenge others to see injustice and act against oppressive structures, know when to listen and when to speak, know my boundaries to be as effective as possible, lift others up when nobody else will, never stop learning, advocate for change with a compassionate heart, hold myself accountable for my privileges and for my biases, keep an open mind, empower those around me and facilitate growth, highlight the resilience and power of individuals and communities I work with, live out my values of self-care, self-love, and preservation in order to best show up for my clients and community. Elevate the voices of the marginalized and fight against injustices so future generations don't have to fight for their lives. And finally, fight for creating the world we envision. Remember that it will not be easy, but it will be worth it. Congratulations, class of 2019. We did it.
Many thanks to all of our presenters today, and special thanks and acknowledgement to Marvin Lindsay, who let us know about that new degree, which I hope all of us are taking with us. In addition to our MSWs and PhDs, we'll be taking the what? Who remembers? The CSTAs. So again, congratulations to all of our graduates. Can we have one more round of applause? At the conclusion of the program, I invite graduates, their families, and friends to join us for a reception in the Student Services Building, which is across the street just west of the building. At that point, we will be given an award for the most creative cap and the shoes with the highest heels. No, just joking. But we will have a lovely reception for you. I am asking that the audience please remain seated until the faculty and the graduates have marched out of the room. Banner carriers, please retrieve your banners. Thank you for coming. This concludes the 2019 commencement program for the Jane Addams College of Social Work, University of Illinois at Chicago.
Thank you.